Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Reset. Had to remember what I'm calling this fucking show now. So here's the thing. Two things. One, two announcements right out the gate before we really jump into it. One, I have the lowest amount of mailbag questions to date. So, if you guys don't really have that many more questions for me, that's fine. But if you do want your questions answered on the following episode of this, please get them in the comments below. Make sure to mark them with mailbag, because I go into the comments and I search for things by the term mail, the term mailbag, with a space and without a space, so as to not miss anything. But yeah, we only have 2 questions this week, so it'll be a nice short segment. Also, really quick, what's going on with Plat? Basically, I'm gonna be in a podcast every week now, and that's kind of what this was gonna be about a little bit. Dragon Quest news, the updates, but we may switch this more to a weekly, what is the Plat, what kind of content can you plan to see, and mostly just a question and answer thing. If the questions aren't really coming, and if you guys don't really need to see the kind of content I'm coming up, we may fade this series out earlier than expected, especially with the podcast that's going to be covering all of the relevant news every week already. So anyway, this kind of the show is kind of looking for an identity. If we can't quite find it, then we'll put a different daily video here. But anyway, that's just kind of what's going on with the Plat weekly podcast with Laliette. I think the current plan is for it to come out on Wednesdays. I think we record it Tuesday nights live on Laliette's YouTube channel, and then we are going to post the VOD on my channel on Wednesdays, and that is called Magellan's Update. And this week we're gonna have a guest with the notorious, if you've ever been on Reddit, the No Poller. They're currently, you know, whatever 7, 8 or whatever of not doing any polls and how they're clearing content. So it's gonna be a really, really fun guest. Very excited for that. As for that, what else is the Plat doing this week? We are going to be doing, I already recorded it, a total ranking every single unit in the game. You guys saw my E units. People like, do S, do B, do C, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do one video with every single unit in it in one video. I'm not gonna lie, it may be a little bit longer than you want, may not be that digestible, but we'll have the timestamps, yada yada. It'll be a good video. That'll be coming out in a couple days here. Got a few more, I think, higher priority videos first, and then we will get to that. Also, this week, you can expect Armful unit review. You can expect an Umbra unit review. What else we have coming out? We got the podcast. We got this video. We got the ranking and 2 things. That's already 5, so that's already almost the full week of content. I might do another unit review. I don't really want to do 3 in 1 week. I don't want to do... Maybe 3 is fine. I don't want to do 4 in 1 week. I still have to do the banner units and stuff. I'm probably going to do a guide for the pyramid as well, for the final stage of that, how to get the golden claws and stuff with the full free-to-play team. It's pretty easy. The only issue is you only get 1 attempt a day, so I don't get to experiment with the free-to-play team, but it is also, I think, very easy, probably, as long as you're using some powerful units. Let's take a look here. There we go. Anyway, so we're going to cover this more in the podcast coming up, but because this is the first time where I just want to cover the news. What's coming up in the next week for Dragon Quest Tact? We can see here, it might be a little hard for you to read on the screen. I'm not quite sure, but I'll read it here for you. So the Dragon Quest 3 event started on March 24th, and that had everything that you've seen, right? A million, billion, awesome, crazy, cool things. And now April 4th should be a week from the day of recording, but next Sunday, login event bonus number 2. So there's going to be more stamps, more things like that. It says a new Dragon Quest 3 boss battle. That's awesome. Hopefully it's EX. And then a new Dragon Quest 3 battle road. Now this, I'm not sure, this doesn't say that there'll be a new banner, but we're expecting Baramos, right? The second half of this banner, this guy down here. So we're expecting Baramos, and we assume the battle road will be for him. And I don't know what the boss battle is going to be, but I assume it'll be EX. So, and then there's going to be a third part of the event, which is actually kind of crazy, a week after that, for another boss battle and a challenge quest. Don't know what a challenge quest is, but I'm very excited for that. So yeah, expect more boss battles and stuff. That's not going to be this week. That's going to be right at the start of next week. But this is the video I'm going to be recording. That'll already be live by the time I'm recording this next week. And yeah, so not much else going on in Dragon Quest Tact. Like, we just keep doing, everyone's now able to clear all stages of the pyramids if you haven't missed any days and you've cleared it each time. As of recording today, I believe was the day where you can get the golden claws. Golden claws don't strike me as incredible, but you know what? It's another weapon and they might be a little niche, but they're definitely going to find a spot to go. No doubt. If you have any ideas for what you want to see for content, if there's any guides, especially guides, if there is any guides I haven't done that you want to see, let me know. Obviously, some people kind of want scroll guides. I just don't have any experience with that because I'm not putting scrolls on things for the most part. But some people ask for, like, can you build teams? Can you show us cool teams? I will. I'll do that a lot, trust me. But I need to wait for Arena to come out because right now the content isn't really built around cool, fun teams. It's more about map-specific stuff. But when it's going team v team, I'm excited. I want to build poison teams, like undead teams, breath teams, meme teams. You know, maybe like a tank, maybe just a team that's all King Bubble Slime, and everyone just buffs him and heals each other. Maybe it's like 4 healers in King Bubble Slime, and they try to envenomate their entire team. You know, slow, but it, you know, might win or something like that. So, and then, you know, a whale team, things like that. So that kind of stuff will happen once we have access to that content. I don't know anything about when Arena's coming out, but still, just figured I would point that out. All right, let's go on to the mailbag. Only 2 questions today. Fibso says, what's the difference between all of the status effects and the different kinds of stuns? And what's the deal with armor and wisdom? And why is it so underdeveloped? I'm not sure exactly I fully understand the second part of the question, but let's go ahead and go into the status ailments. Obviously, they are not all in the game, and how they exactly work, I don't know, like, literally how they're gonna work perfectly, but we'll just look at my Awaken 1 level 100 Zoma with their Doom Dagger on. 340 wisdom. I haven't leveled up the abilities yet. Oh, never mind. There's a +6 on Psycho Cannon. I gotta level up Glacial Doom. Anyway, so let's come down here. Sleep. So sleep, most people have experienced this by now. You miss 2 turns. You get woken up by physical attacks, and I believe martial attacks can wake you up as well. I don't know if they're guaranteed, but I've been woken up from martial attacks, and I've not been woken up, so I'm not sure there. Spells never wake up, and I think breath never wakes up. And if you recast sleep a second time, they go into a deep sleep for 4 turns. Now, someone said, I'm not even going to mention it. Okay, I'll say it. But they said physical attacks won't wake up from deep sleep, but I think that is just incorrect. From my testing, that hasn't been the case. But spells, breath don't wake up. Martial seems to sometimes, and physical seems to always wake up. Poison, really, really cool. So poison stage 1 deals 10% of their HP every turn, I believe for 5 turns. Envenomate is when you poison an already poisoned target, and it does 25% of their maximum HP every turn for 4 turns or 5 turns. I don't remember exactly how it works. I think it only ticks 4 times. Because it doesn't tick the first turn you apply it, and so it starts at 5 and it goes down to 4. So it'll instantly kill a unit unless they get healing of some kind. Physical lock, pretty self-explanatory. You can't use physical skills. You probably could still attack normally, but I don't know for sure. Spell lock, you know, it's silence. You can't cast spells, but you can still use breath and martial abilities. Martial lock, breath block. This is basically the 4 kinds of attacks, right? Hobble, I assume it means you cannot move. I do not know if it means you cannot attack. I do not think you can apply hobble a second time for an increased effect. Same with stun. Stun is kind of like a really powerful sleep because you can attack with anything and they won't wake up or whatever, and they're gonna miss a full turn, but it's only 1 turn instead of 2 turns, and you can't make it a double stun. If you reapply a stun, I don't think it does anything. Same, blind makes their attacks miss way more, their physical attacks. Again, I'm not sure how this affects martial or not, but it doesn't. I don't think this affects breath or spells at all, but it's not that much in the game yet. So the units that have it are not super good, so we don't use them that much, and you don't really need them because you don't go up against that many super strong physical. Like a lot of bosses do like breath damage and stuff, or you know, just crazy stuff. Curse, I haven't seen that in the game. Don't think it's in there. No idea what it does. It might be something like gets rid of healing, the inability to heal, like maybe damage gets dealt to max HP instead of current HP, something like that. That'd be interesting. It'd be fun. Paralysis, we already spoke about. Confusion is kind of interesting. It's confusion and charm seem to be very similar, except confusion causes units to do things that are slightly more unpredictable, where maybe they can attack you, and stuff. And charm seems to be I don't think there's any charm in the game, but I'm assuming it's going to be a lot like Confusion, except they're the enemy, it's basically Confusion, but they're more likely to use, they're guaranteed to use things not against you, right? I think Confusion can cause them to attack the wrong thing or cause them to attack you, or like you could sometimes get in their way if they're doing AoE attacks. Where Charmed, I think they're going to really prioritize not hitting you for anything and then hitting that. So that's how I understand them. Obviously, they're not all perfect. Most of these aren't relevant. Most of the ones that are relevant are Sleep, Poison, Stun. Actually, I don't know if Stun and Paralysis, how they're different. But Sleep, Poison, Spell Lock are the 3 most popular. And then there's a little bit of Stun, a little bit of Paralysis, a little bit of Blind, a little bit of Confusion. Next question. Is Baramos better than Dragon Lord objectively? And what's your personal take? Oh, mailbag question by Lyle the Vile. Baramos is better than Dragon Lord objectively. And what's my personal take? My personal take is I have no idea. Baramos isn't out yet, so I can't tell you what the unit is like. I know that we could speculate based off Japan, and it's a very, very good chance it's going to be identical. But I just don't know because I haven't seen the unit myself yet. I don't think its stats are anywhere in the game yet, so I don't know its abilities like that. I hear the word on the street is though that Baramos sucks, big ol' swing, you know, big ol' fat dick, it basically, and Zoma is the way to go. And basically, people aren't gonna pull for Baramos at all, from what I hear. The only people that are gonna pull for Baramos are like the top 25 to top 100 players that are gonna get him so they could level him up for CP. But he doesn't seem like he's going to be used in content. That being said, he seems like, from what I understand, he's a worse version of Archdemon, because he uses like boom or kaboom magic or whatever. And even though I think he's technically better than Archdemon, because Archdemon's in the general pool, it's much easier to get multiple awakenings on Archdemon, whereas Baramos is just very limited time. Like, I've never pulled for an Archdemon myself, and I have an awakening on him, right? So that's like pretty cool. But yeah, so I don't really know much about Baramos. I hear he sucks, but I'll do a unit review on him when he comes out, to tell you guys what I truly think about it. And that's going to be it for the mailbag today, guys. This video is a little bit shorter than normal. Actually, you know, 12 minutes is pretty long. Just me rambling about fucking irrelevant shit. So you know what? If you watch this, I appreciate it. If you made it to this point, leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down, leave a like. That's the same thing. Tell me you like it, tell me you don't like it. Leave a question. Also, make sure to check out the podcast coming out live on Laliette's channel on Tuesday, and it should be here Wednesday. Between recording it, downloading it, getting it over to the Google Drive, me downloading it from the Google Drive, uploading it, and then creating a thumbnail, it may not happen between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. It may be Thursday. So I'll figure it out this week, depending on how it actually goes. But Wednesday morning or Thursday morning will be when the VOD goes live. And so we'll figure it out. That'll be that video of the day. I definitely want to do our best to make this podcast a real thing. Also, Laliette says that he might be doing clips, more digestible short clips of it on his channel as well. So that'd be really good as well. Anyway, friends, thank you so much for watching. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I will catch you next time.